So, the new update coming soon has added a whole bunch of new tanks, and this is one of them. This is, of course, the T90M, which has a totally redesigned turret and a whole bunch of new armor, and all of that to make it a more competitive T90 at rank 8. The all-new rank coming to War Thunder. But this isn't what I'm here to talk about today, because we have new tanks in every country, and that means new leopards. Right, so this blue smurf here is an untextured model, and this is the 2A7V, the newest variant of the leopard to be available to the world. In fact, this is a tank that is coming into service right now, either as a 2A7, 2A7 Plus, or 2A7V, which is the demonstrator export model of the 2A7. So what's different? It has a whole new frontal hull, which includes a modular armor plate, as well as mine protection, which you can see here. And what that does is it gives it new belly plates, which will allow it to survive shots that go underneath the tank. So while mines aren't necessarily a thing in War Thunder yet, this will have a module that allows it to defend itself against that. And it's not the only tank to have that, it's just one that I thought I'd mention as well. This also has the L55A1 cannon, which gives it access to the lovely DM53 APFSDS. And this is a round that has 652 millimeters of penetration in the game. Is that accurate to the real thing? That's entirely debatable, but we're not going to get into it. But the point is, this is going to be every bit the Ridgeline sniper and the one-shotter machine that you expect from a leopard. It does also still have the frontal armor on its turret that you expect from a 2A6, but aside from all that, it also comes with all of the new equipment that you do expect on tanks at the top tier, which includes things like laser warning systems and, of course, a thermal commander sight, and that's about it. But because this tank is not finished yet, I wanted to show something that decidedly isn't finished, but it is finished. This is the 122B+, which, while based on the same basic tank as the 2A5, has a lot of upgrades that make it kind of an equivalent of the 2A7, except for a couple of things. While it does have roof armor that you can see up here, these pieces up here are a form of roof armor, and they also do help to protect against heat rounds. It does also have these composite screens, again, to protect against heat rounds and missiles, but internally it has the same armor as the 2A4. We've got all these composite armor pieces as well. But where it differs from the 2A7 is that it doesn't have the same gun. This cannon right here is effectively the same gun from the 2A4 and 2A5. It is not the L55, it is the L44, which also means it doesn't carry the same type of ammo, and being that it's Swedish, it does actually have different ammo too. The M95 round, which I'm not going to pronounce the name of, has 589 millimeters of pen. Now, is that going to be enough at rank 8 and 11.7 BR? I don't know. But as you can probably guess from the title and thumbnail of this video, the leopards, despite me being the leopard commander of YouTube right now, are not what I'm here to talk about. Because we're here to talk about something that's very, very weird. And it's this. It's a Challenger. But not the Challenger you might be familiar with. This is the brand new Challenger 3 prototype. And it's coming to the game alongside the Challenger 2 OES Premium, which fits the bill of the Challenger you might be familiar with. This is the Challenger 2 with its L30A1 rifled gun, and as much add-on armor as they could put onto it, because this has ERA, and it has composites, and it has slat armor, all in an effort to protect it from anti-tank guided missiles, as well as heat rounds, and it really is on every side of the tank. Yeah, this is one that you fire sabos at, presumably, and it really has some incredible protection, as well as a laser warning system. But this is still the Challenger 2. The Challenger 3, on the other hand, has a very different gun, and if you've been paying attention, you will recognize that it's the Rheinmetall L55, meaning this, for the first time ever, is a Challenger with something of the leopard about it. So, given that this has the Leopard's gun, it does get access to the same kinds of ammunition, which in real life actually solves one of the problems with the Challenger 2 operationally, is that it requires all different ammunition. However, this can use the same 120mm as the Leopard and as the Abrams. And as you may have noticed, this is the all-new test drive map, which I don't think was mentioned in the air superiority update, but this is new. We have a new encampment and new targets, and I believe a new testing area as well. But also, given that this is the L55 gun, we have this lovely DM53 round, as well as the DM11 time fuse round, which should make it a lot easier to deal with stuff like helicopters, just as it makes short work of tanks. I think that's also a new firing sound, now I think about it. But also we get these lovely thermal sights right here, which makes it nice and easy to see that plane approaching in the distance. Now, also given that it's a Challenger, it is a little bit of a big boy. Frontal profile is still kind of on the big side, but we do at least have decent gun depression, like really, really good gun depression right here. The only downside, of course, being that that big flat frontal plate is actually going to be flat when you're at a steep enough angle. So you definitely have to be mindful of not overexposing it. But also, that gun depression isn't as good all the way around, because at this point it is actually clipping into the armor, and I think that is going to get fixed after the dev server, so it won't actually have that gun depression at that angle over the fenders, which could make it a little bit weird, because it definitely does have it right where the gap where the driver's hatch is. That's something that's definitely going to get fixed. But what probably won't get fixed, and shouldn't be, is this. Because that is absolutely phenomenal. It's just a phenomenal round. But of course, we are shooting at things that are 2 BRs lower, so how would it perform against something a little further away? Something a little bit more our kind of size. Like that right there. That looks like a T80? T90? Yeah, see that hitting the ERA and not going through? That's more like it. That hitting the tank and going straight through is what you'd expect afterwards. But then at top tier, I don't think you'd expect anything different. Now, of course, given that this is still, like I said, a Challenger, its speed leaves something to be desired, I will say. You're definitely not going to be blazing fast like the Leopards or even the Abrams, but you can at least shoot like one. And I think that's going to give it, a pretty good fighting chance. Because I think the Challengers right now just are in a little bit of a weird spot. Right, it's actually taken so long for me to finish this video that, well, the dev server closed and we're now on the live server. So what you see is what you're gonna get. This is the Challenger 3, and it's been renamed from Challenger 3P to TD, which is Technology Demonstrator. Well, it's a prototype kind of tank. It's really a tank that doesn't actually properly exist yet. And may never exist. But let's talk it through what we've got here. So we've got Challenger 3 with upgraded armor, spore liner, mine protection, and the L55A1, the same as the Leopard 2A7, but where it differs is its sighting system, which has insane zoom. I don't know what just hit me from the side here, but we're gonna back ourselves up a little bit and see if I can find it. We do have these lovely next-gen thermals, of course. There we go. And we also have access to DM53 rounds. But because this is a Challenger, we also have the exhaust screen, which you can see me using here, which I'm actually using to hide my actual smoke screen to really, really thoroughly confuse the enemy, because it sometimes actually works. Yes, we are playing the bamboozle game, or at least attempting to. I do enjoy this insane zoom that I'm getting right here. Hello. Oh, I just clipped him. I don't know if he knows where the shot came from. Oh, I don't see him anymore. That's a problem. Let's drop artillery on ourselves right here. It'll give us a little bit of warning if he decides to push. But I can hear all sorts of engine noises around me right now, and alright, let's back it up here. Alright. Kill assist means that Abrams is dead, but I can hear something else. That could be the T80, or it could be something else entirely. Yep, that was a muzzle blast over here. Oh, I fired too high! No, T80, I will save you. Or, I guess I'm gonna fail at saving you, but oh no. Wait, hold on, the M1 got me? That's a KVT? But also new in this update is the Challenger 2 OES, which I believe is the current upgrade or current version of the Challenger, or one of the... To be honest, the Challenger is not a platform that I know a lot about. So your guess is as good as mine. But if you do know the answer, let me know down in the comments. This, of course, comes with the L30, which is the same as all of the other Challenger 2, so this does not have the firepower upgrades. Although it does have a new round, a new Sabo round that I've not seen before, the L27, which is a really powerful round from the looks of it. But given that this is a Challenger, we are a little bit on the less mobile side. So it is a vast difference compared to playing the Leopards, or indeed playing the Challenger 3, because the Challenger 3 really does have the mobility that you don't see on the other Challengers. Definitely very different in that regard. All right, I can hear something moving around to my left. There's a lot of tanks on that side. I do not want to go down that way. I'm gonna try this way first. Hello.
Nope.
No, I'm not gonna be able to get through there. I have kind of a quick reload. Oh, hang on. Something's coming up. Something's coming up. I saw something move back there too. What is that? Oh, it's a 50 cal. That sounds so unbelievably different now. I think there's definitely something I can say with confidence though about the Challenger, is that it's not fast. And I know it sounds like a point I've made before, but it really bears repeating just how not fast this tank is. When you come from something like the Abrams or the Leopard, this feels so much slower, and I think that's one thing that's really going to set the Challenger 3 apart, is that it really does very much fix that problem. Because yeah, switching to this, I feel so much slower. Don't kill the chopper. Oh, I think he did. I think he did kill the chopper. Hello? I'm just here to mess with you. Oh, really? Wait, who got him? Oh, the T-72 got him. Oh, I was so confused. Oh, I like the new tutorial messages, by the way. That's definitely new. And it actually reinforces one of the points I made in a previous video. After using smoke grenades, move away from the aiming line, meaning move. Like, literally move. Do anything else other than sit there. Because, yeah, sitting in one spot after firing smoke just kind of defeats the purpose of smoke. In fact, it makes your situation worse. Who's dropping artillery on me? Why? Why would you do that? Wow, you can really hear helicopters from really far away now. I don't know how I feel about that, because I'm somebody who likes getting up and close and sneaking up on people in a helicopter. I don't know if I like it being that audible. So something I do want to test is armor. Oh, look, there's clickbait in this video. I really do love the zoom on this. This is insane. This is, I think, more zoom than the Leopard has. So potentially this is a better sniper. Oh, hang on. I'll help repair. Challenger 2, buddy. Well, I'm hitting something down there. Oh, my gunner's out. Oh man, these sight lines are not great. I honestly don't know what it says if I'm comparing this to the Leopard and it gets beaten by a Leopard. But I'm also thinking I probably don't need much in the way of ranging if my, you know, sight or my range marks kind of look like that. Kind of makes things worse, you know. Okay, let's try this instead. Oh, hello. What are you doing? What are you? What is happening right now? No pen? Really? Oh, I need to pull back. There's a Leopard. Really? That didn't kill him? Oh, okay. Oh, my breach is hit. This isn't good. Come on. Wow, he has a better rate of fire than I do? You know, honestly, that is really surprising to me, just how different that is. Can I do this? Oh, I totally can, can't I? Hello! Oh, he has no idea that I'm here, does he? Can I drop artillery on myself? I mean, he can't see either, so I have no idea what I was thinking that was gonna do, but... Alright, Vietnam, a place where the camo on this tank might actually help it blend in. It's always strange when you get these kinds of prototype vehicles or demonstrator vehicles in games. They really do look like the demonstrator vehicle, but it also means that they also look unfinished. I don't know how else to describe it, but it just doesn't look like it's finished in the game. But so far, it's starting to also feel like gameplay-wise, this tank isn't finished. The main thing is I really want to avoid exposing that huge lower glacis plate down there, because just about everything will go through it. I don't remember if this particular tank has the spore liners that all the others have, but even if it does, I mean, it's not really stopping much. At least down here I might be able to hide that lower hull. I gotta keep the frontal armor towards the enemy though, because I think at any direct angle or slightly like side angled, the turret it doesn't protect you. Something that that Abrams there just found out about. Although weird, the Abrams turret is actually very protective. Oh. Ah, they're all in the city. Right. Yeah, wasn't quite sure which way to go with that one. But yeah, just looking at the map, it's in the village and on the sea point now too, so it's both. But I also should have a look at that T90M as well. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do that, because it definitely seems like a very interesting tank. Especially since we're getting to the point where we're seeing not just tanks that are kind of reserve or in export use, but tanks that are in active service with the countries that are listed in War Thunder. So it really is getting to the point where this is as close to the present day as possible. That being said though, the Challenger 3 still not a thing yet, and from the looks of it, may never be. I'm not gonna go all the way out there, but I really alright, maybe we'll have better luck over here, especially since the sights on this tank do allow you to do some really good sniping. So let's try to get into a good position here. Or at least cooking along at about 60 k's an hour. This is not bad at all. Let me just get myself into a position. Oh, a little bit exposed, but maybe they won't see us. Oh, we got a chopper, and there. No, that was way off. I did try, but yeah, unfortunately, I think that one is going down anyway. That might be a 2S38. Slow-firing autocannon. Seems like it is. My barrel's damaged. It's not broken, but it is pretty badly damaged right now. Somebody asked me recently why I think the thermals are wrong, and it's because of this. There's literally a vehicle right here, and it doesn't matter because it's hidden by everything around it, which it shouldn't be possible because vehicles should be brighter than dirt, and unfortunately that's just the way it works here. Alright, that's not taking out his breach. That's amazing. Gotta love the 2S38 and its ability to just absorb things in its turret. I mean, obviously it'll die if you shoot its hull, but it doesn't really help if you can't stop it from shooting at you anyway. That and the fact that it does so much damage to the front of this tank, that's a little bit disturbing. I mean, not just in the sense that that gun or that vehicle can do that, but more in the sense that this really should be better protected than that. Also, just for comparison's sake, here's the Challenger 2. I know this is the premium version, but it has more or less the same basic armor as the rest of the Challenger 2s. It has some add-on armor for sure, but the base layer is about the same. And I just have a feeling that this is better protected than the Challenger 3 TD is. Which, again, just makes it feel like the Challenger 3 is not finished. Now, an interesting point about the armor at the back of this is what you call slat armor or cage armor. So named because of the way it looks. And its purpose is to detonate explosive rounds like heat charges and anti-tank missiles, RPGs, that sort of thing, to detonate them before they hit the main armor of the tank, and therefore cause them to lose effectiveness. I don't know how well modeled that's going to be in this, but I think you can probably guess that it isn't going to do a lot against something like an AP round. Now that T80 seems to have disappeared. I think I'm going to go around this way. I do hear something moving around. I don't know if that's the Leopard 2 down there that's making that noise. I don't think it is, but I can hear something to my right as well. Yep. Oh, really? Okay, well, we survived a hit. That's something. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, unfortunately, getting stuck in a river valley is not great for your survival. But yeah, either way, I do feel like I survived more hits in this than I did in the Challenger 3. So, that's saying something. Alright, there's one. It's an LAV down there. Alright, I hear something else moving down here. Alright, gingerly approach the riverbed again. I think there is something on my left over here. Could just be friendlies, though. So, just to illustrate the issue, this is the 2S38. It's the premium Russian tank, which I still am adamant doesn't actually exist. But this has a penetration maximum of 225 millimeters. So, it can penetrate there. Oh, wow, it just keeps going. Okay, and it can pen... Okay, if you can hit here... Yeah, okay, I can see this being a problem. It's the same issue that the Abrams has. It is gonna go right through the turret ring if you manage to hit it there. But then again, if you hit the lower hull, yeah, it's gonna do that. But at the same time, it doesn't even need to do that, because right below the turret, wherever the turret ring is where it's going to get killed from. And not only that, I'm pretty sure from the front, you can still go right through here. You can still hit that gun breach. So not only is it going to easily stop you from being able to shoot, but it is going to kill you from the front. And that is a tank that is at 10.0. What's worse is that the terms can kill you through the gun manlet. Like, it seems like the gun breach is stopping it, but if you happen to hit just a little away from that, yeah, that's crew taken out. So this is pretty bad. This is an 11.7 tank. This is the top of the British tech tree. So that's the Challenger 3, and thank goodness it's only a prototype, because if they ever put this tank into production, that is god-awful. Because here's the thing, the Challenger excels at brawling, as far as I can tell. I mean, some people will argue otherwise, but to me, they have always had protection that was good enough. In some cases, more than good enough. The only issue was that they had a gun that felt like it wasn't really that great, and it wasn't that mobile. They fixed the mobility problems. This does feel faster than the Challenger 2, and it definitely gets up to speed and higher speeds much better. But it's at the cost of so much else. But it's great because it's from the Leopard 2A7. It has a very high velocity, a very flat trajectory, really good for shooting at helicopters, shooting at tanks far away, and it has great zoom optics, making it a pretty good sniper. But that's something that you're going to have to adjust to, because the previous tanks definitely don't play like this. And if you want something that's a decent sniper, but can also take a hit, the Leopard 2 is literally sitting right there. So the only reason to get this is if you're already that far into the British tech tree, and you don't really have a choice. And because I do have the choice, I'm just gonna say stick with the Leopard. And of course, if the UK Ministry of Defence is seriously considering something like this, if you want the firepower of a Leopard, just buy the Leopard. But at the end of the day, it's a demonstrator vehicle. It's not finished yet, and as far as War Thunder goes, this feels like it's not finished yet. Even with the good gun and sight, I still wouldn't use this, and it's quite sad, honestly, because this sounds like a match made in heaven that just turned out to not be. So, that's the Challenger 3. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments, and of course, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.